Some things only happen in Russia, and one of those things is a post-fight brawl between a fighter and a guy that wasn't even fighting at the event. Also, Joe Holmes, who won on the Contender Series last month but wasn't offered a contract, well, we see what he's up to now. And we have multiple nasty submissions that you're just not gonna believe until you see it. And these are all because Caposa is the man and does nothing but watch these amazing fights, so go give him a follow on Twitter at Grabaka_Hitman for more content just like this. What is up, everyone? It's the casual Lawton Veerkant, and this is Caposa's Corner. Kicking us off this week, we are going to Hardcore Fighting Championships 13 in Moscow, where we have one fight. This is a welterweight main event that sees Nazir Kishukov sitting at a 2-0 record, and his opponent, Dmitry Klimov, has a 2-1 record. So, not even a minute in, and Dmitry is dominating on the ground, just landing shots which eventually open up Nazir's face as he's trying everything he can to escape, but he didn't see this crazy-looking armbar coming.
Снимай ногу с головы, снимай ногу с головы. Снимай ногу, не отпускай. Зачем ты руку убрал? Просто жуткие кадры и все.
Yeah, talk about an odd angle, and he was almost flipped over as Nazir was lifting his hips to try and escape, but it just wasn't enough. And this fight is actually a double feature because in the post-fight interview, this happens.
Хвостатые движения вот эти.
Now, I don't speak Russian, but whatever that guy said, who, by the way, is Alexei Meshkov and only has an 0-2 record online, must have pissed off Dmitry. Oh, the things we see in Russian MMA. Either way, Dmitry gains this win, improving his record to 3-1, and has an eventful post-fight interview to remember. Next up, we're going to ACA's Young Eagle 22 event, also in Russia, where we have two highlights to show you. For the first, we have a featherweight bout between Amir Aliyev, who has a 2-0 record, and he's up against Islam.Sayev, who only has a 1-0 record. And as we near the end of round one, this fight goes to the ground, and this is yet another one for you submission lovers.
Но делает он хорошо. Да, и выходит на ущемление икроножной мышцы, и получается таки.
Smooth as butter. Yeah, a transition from back mount right into the calf slicer, and Amir gets the stoppage almost instantly. It just couldn't have gone any more in his favor once this went to the ground with that left leg just waiting for this calf slicer. Great performance from Amir, keeping his record clean at 3-0 and getting him this great first round submission. For our second fight at ACA Young Eagles 22, we have a flyweight matchup with Abubakar Kasiev with just a 2-0 record, and he's taking on Akilbek Nurgazi, who has a 3-0 record. So we actually make it to the second round, and Nurgazi gets rocked by this jab, so naturally he goes for a takedown and ends in this clinch. Now, count with me the amount of knees that come from Kasiev. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Это все. Сейчас Шуто становится, скорее всего, бой. Идет жесткое добивание.
Да, есть остановка.
Yeah, he just had no chance after being rocked, and Kasiev puts the heat on with this onslaught of knees, with the final one sending him down, only for the ground and pound to get the stoppage. What a performance as he gains this win, keeps his record clean at 3-0, and gets to look back on this highlight. Now we're going to Sul Fluminense Fight Night 6 in Brazil for one fight. Here, we have a lightweight bout between Jameson Oliveira with an 11-5-1 record, and he's taking on Marcio Tikoto, who has a 9-0 record. Back to our normal schedule of first round knockouts, this one doesn't even last 40 seconds, and Marcio is determined to keep his record clean.
Acertou que Tikoto, entrou mais uma vez a mão do Tikoto. Caiu, Jamerson, é o pistoleiro.
A clinch knee to set up a devastating left hook and a head slam to wake the dead, and this fight is over. With the official time of this knockout being 35 seconds, Marcio wastes no time in this fight and does it in a fantastic style. This win improves his record to 10-0, and while all of his fights have been for regional Brazil promotions, there's just no way this guy is going to be staying there forever, so keep an eye out on him. Up next, we are going to Rio Open DC Pro, also in Brazil, for one fight. This is another lightweight matchup that sees Diego Aragao with only a 1-0 record, and his opponent, Gabriel Pasqualati, is making his pro debut. And as we near the 2-minute mark of the first round, my only question is, seriously, what do they put under these canvases?
Passa no vazio à esquerda ali do Diego Aragão. E nossa, espetacular!
As if the right hand wasn't damaging enough, the head slam sure didn't help, and this fight is over. Thankfully, Diego did come to after about a minute and seemed to be as responsive as you can after a slam like that. But Gabriel puts on a great performance for his debut, securing this win and getting a fantastic highlight in the process. We've got one more fight from Brazil, and it is at Shuto Brazil 109. This is a welterweight fight that has Yuri Nelis with a 2-1 record, and he's up against Antonio Eduardo, who has a 3-0 record, with both guys fighting like it's the final round when we're actually only halfway through the first, and someone's about to go down.
Boa cotovelada do Yuri. Bom direto. Sentiu o Sassarito. Tá sentindo, caiu. Foi pra cima.
Where the hell did that cut come from? Oh, that beautiful elbow that this replay shows. And it's followed up by some dangerous blows and a left hook to finish him off. I don't think I've ever seen a fighter fall straight down like that and remain propped up on his knees, but what a first round win from Nelis as he puts on a great performance and improves his record to 3-1. Moving on to the States, we are going to Combat Night in Florida, where we have an honorable mention as we only have cage side footage, but we just had to show you, so check this out. Holy right hand followed by a lone ground and pound, and this fight is over. That's Danielle Cohen making her amateur debut, and a fighter from Florida who began her MMA training at American Top Team, but now resides at the Goat Shed Academy for the past 2 years. And the poor soul she just knocked out, that's Laura Ottenberg, an amateur with just a 1-0 record before this fight. A fantastic debut for Danielle, and hopefully this win, along with some continued training, can get her some more great wins like this one in the future. Time to visit our friends at Fury FC 53 in Colorado, where we have one fight. This is a middleweight bout that has Jonovan Patti with a 6-5 record, and he's taking on Joe Holmes, who has a 6-1 record and is the gentleman we referenced earlier who won his fight on the Contender Series last month, but wasn't offered a contract, and irony at its finest, Dana White and the Looking for a Fight crew were in attendance at this event. So what else are you supposed to do when trying to impress Dana other than a first-round knockout?
Ugly Man Joe. Ooh,
that's a big knockout.
That is it.
Ugly Man Joe knocks out Jonovan Patti.
One right and one hammer fist that I'm pretty sure woke him back up from being knocked out, and this fight is over. Pretty sure Holmes was trying to make a statement tonight with this fight, and I think he did just that. This win improves his record to 7-1, and check this out. He was, in fact, offered a contract to the UFC because of this performance, and he got this sweet pick with the man himself. Still going, we're off to visit B2 Fighting Series 139 in Iowa for one fight. Here, we have a welterweight bout that sees Brian McDowell with a 4-3 record, and his opponent, Danny Black, has a not-so-great 13-13 record. Yikes. So we kick this fight off, and it is immediately a firefight with both guys just going for it. And McDowell actually gets stunned by a body shot just a minute and a half in, but that does not stop him from pushing through and doing this.
The entire time.
Exactly.
He's controlling the distance.
Oh! Big shot! That's over! He's out! Stop it! Danny Black's out!
Damn, Danny was charging up a right hand, channeling his inner Ryu for just a little too long, and McDowell capitalizes on that with this perfect jab that just sends him down. It's kind of crazy to think that a jab like this can do so much damage, but it does, and it secures him this win, improving his record to 5-3. For our last fight this week, we are going to none other than LFA 118 in California, and it is time for Caposa's submission of the week? You know it's got to be good for Caposa to give it that title. But here we have a featherweight matchup that sees Jose Avalos with a 6-2 record, and he's taking on Ricky Ferrar, who also has a 6-2 record, and actually had 2 fights in Bellator a few years ago, both of which were wins. So you know it's already going to be a submission finish, so naturally we go to the ground just over a minute into this fight, but wait, why are they standing back up?
By Ferrar, looking to slam his opponent. Oh!
Look at that! Goes from the body
transition.
Rear naked choke. That's tight. Over and out.
Would Would someone like to explain that one? Ricky's going for a suplex slam, it seems, but instead of finishing the slam, he sneaks in a rear naked choke before Jose is even back to the ground, and it is tight and he has no choice but to tap. Caposa said he's never seen anything like this, and I sure as hell haven't seen anything like it, but what a fantastic first round submission from Ricky as he gained this win and improves his record to 7-2. Another week and even more great highlights, all thanks to Caposa, so head on over to Twitter and give him a follow at Grabaka_Hitman to show him some thanks, and you can also support him by going to his Patreon at patreon.com/Caposa. And as always, a massive thank you to all of these amazing organizations for hosting these events year-round for us to enjoy, and to the fighters, winners, and losers, and we will see you all on the next video. Peace!